It's like a direct interaction between a human and an agent, especially if you are a techie, by the fact that it's going to take away somebody's job.
And, So how do you, like as a CEO of AI startup, see the AI landscape shaping up here in India?
There is definitely some gap. We want to have, I would say, 1 million entrepreneurs. There is also a clear-cut payment rails that we have built out in such a way that for a developer, even the monetization is taken care of.
Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing good. Today's video is going to be very special, especially if you're curious about how cutting AI products are made right here in our India. And today with me here is Rajesh. Hi Rajesh, thank you for joining.
Hello.
He is the CEO of Phronetic AI, one of the trending AI startups based out of Bangalore, India. So today we are going to talk about Phronetic AI, how it was formed, what's the vision, what are the products, what are the challenges, and what is next in this trending AI space. So I hope you're excited about it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get started. So for those tuning in who may not know you, could you please give us a quick intro about your background and what led you to start building a startup in AI space?
Yeah. So hello everyone. I started my career with Yahoo Research and Development. I spent a few years over there, and then back in 2014 itself, I created a company called Streamoid, which was in fashion AI. Right. So we started doing AI, especially deep learning related pieces 10 years ago itself, before AI was
sorry to cut you out, but I think you started building something in AI before it was mainstream trending.
That is true. Right. So we basically we spent about 8 to 9 years perfecting it, and even to this day it's actually continuing. After that, I spent a little bit of time with nice startups like Inmobi and Misho as well. But in the last 1.5 years, you could have seen that suddenly these AI agents were becoming quite popular, right? And these AI agents are going to change the way we are going to work, the way we are going to interact with computers, and pretty much it's a seismic kind of a change. So we thought, whatever it is, we have to be part of it, right? And I wanted to be part of it in such a way that we are spearheading the entire thing, so that we are spearheading the changes, and it's super exciting, and especially if you are a techie at this juncture. You wouldn't want to do anything other than build an agentic AI company, right? So that's what led to creating Phronetic.
So what does Phronetic mean? Like if a new user or a viewer who's interested about Phronetic, I think they might not know the name or understanding of it. So what does the name means actually?
Yeah, I think the word Phronetic is also a little cryptic. It's like, what is it? Sort of a scenario. Phronetic comes from a word called phronesis, right? Which essentially means it is practical wisdom. It's a Greek word, and I think Aristotle coined it. And what essentially is needed in current AI landscape is something which gives you practical wisdom, practical knowledge, right? A system which has got such kind of thing, and it can take proper decisions based on the environment that it is in, right? Especially with autonomous agents coming in, right? Decision making is going to become super critical. And so you need these attributes or these capabilities or this ability to take the right decision. And agents should have this capability to take the right decision. And hence, that is why it's called Phronetic AI, which is meaning that these kind of agents or the agents that we build have grounding with practical knowledge, and they have a good decision-making model, and they can actually perform actions that can give you real world outcomes, right? So the combination of that is Phronetic, essentially.
So thank you for explaining what Phronetic means in simpler terms. I think we all have got a clear idea. But one new term which I heard from you is AI agents. So if you can just also explain what AI agents mean, so it's easier for viewers to continue in the podcast further.
Agreed. So AI agents, again, there are lots of definitions out there, but I think the latest definition, and which perhaps everything is getting normalized to, is autonomous systems which can understand the environment and then use certain software tools to perform an action, right? So your LLMs were just language models, right? Your any other automation scripts were trying to just automate certain tools. But you can imagine these AI agents to be able to take independent decisions based on user query, use certain set of tools, and then do the task for you, right? So this now becomes an AI agent as such.
Like they can constantly read the environment and perform actions like a human,
exactly. Perform the task like what any other human would have done, without having human in the loop.
Got it. Yeah.
Right. It's like a direct interaction between a human and an agent. So it will also have that reasoning capability, and it will also have some level of memory, some level of knowledge, right? In order to perform that action.
Like the data can be constantly trained and tested.
So what essentially happens is these systems are always with a feedback. Right? So if a bunch of users do not like it, they can give negative feedback, and the system should autocorrect in some sense, or there can be some sort of a agent engineer who actually corrects it. Right?
Got it.
Does changes to the system configuration, and it works well.
Got it. This is something new for me to learn, and I think for most of the viewers as well.
Yes, it is, because it is also very new in the market. Right. It picked up in the last 3 months, I would say.
Right. Like I think in the last 3 months you open LinkedIn and everyone is talking about agents, AI, and
yes.
So just to be like concise, if you can tell us what exactly Phronetic AI is building in this space.
So Phronetic AI is basically we build multimodal agents. When I say multimodal, again, I will have to explain that a little bit more. It's also a little technical about
understood.
It. So, you have different modalities, in the sense that different ways of communicating with agents, right? You have text,
image,
you have image, you have talk, audio, and then you can have a video call as well, right? You can have a video interaction. So multimodality essentially means that you can interact with agents with all types or different types.
Like different types of input can be accepted.
Can be accepted by the agent. It can understand different types of inputs, right? So we at Phronetic, we went with video as the most challenging modality. And so we specialized in building video agents. And video is very complex, because it has got text, it has got image, it has got audio, and everything fused together in some sort of a timeline as such, right?
Basically, video consists of
everything. So we took that challenge, and then we've been able to build out a bunch of products around these things, and I'm kind of excited about that, and still in beta in some sense. We are going to open up the platform that we built these agents with, such that anybody will be able to build out such kind of agents. Right?
So they will be kind of open source to
more than open source. I think we are looking at opening up the platform such that individual components of what is being built can be taken together
Yeah, like as you previously explained about AI agents, so any college student sitting anywhere in the world can use the platform.
Can use the platform.
Okay.
And build his own agent.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the idea.
And if you can just quickly explain the products.
Absolutely. So we started with a simple problem of clip generation, right? And we said, okay, you have a long video.
Yeah.
You want to understand what are the interesting parts of that, right? So you just want to create small clips.
Yeah.
So we started with that. It's called ClipGen. Simple setup. And then recently we have added text to video, image to video, all of these kind of things as well, where you can prompt it out and it will give you a 5-second video, a 15-second video, things like that. Short videos, right? So long video to short video was the start of the entire thing. Then we quickly hit upon a very nice use case where businesses with physical presence, right? Be it hospitals, warehouses, factories, train stations, all of these had CCTV data, which is video data.
For security, surveillance purpose.
Not just security. So the thing was, these were all security and surveillance related initially, but you're not limited to that because you get operational insight. Right? Like, for example, you can understand whether in a hospital scenario, if somebody is on the bed and suddenly they fell, right? And they're not able to raise any alarm or things like that. And, you have the CCTV data, you can actually quickly reach out, right? There are cases where in a warehouse or in a fuel station or retail kind of a setup, people were not there for an extended period of time, right? It is not manned. It was prone for theft or any of those kind of things. So these kind of advanced understanding of videos, we bundled that and then called it ABM, AI Business Manager. It's almost like you're bringing a manager into your facility, right?
So basically a AI agent that can do the task a human can do and probably better than a human.
AI agent which can understand, as I said, environment, right? So typically like a manager, right? He understands the environment. He knows what individual people are doing. He knows who are the staff and who are the guests. Are guests happy? Right? Are staff happy? And make sure that things are running smoothly. Right? Now imagine that for an AI agent actually doing that, which is to say that, okay, in a factory floor, right? You don't need a factory floor manager, so to speak, right? You have this ABM, which understands the factory floor. It understands the different tools in it. It understands the safety, security aspects of the floor that is needed. And it also makes sure that the factory worker is, safeguarded, right? Or he is working properly and he is using the tools properly. Such kind of advanced things.
So, from my understanding, for example, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If this is a factory and we have CCTV cameras, obviously I think CCTVs are there in every facility,
every place.
So let's say a worker, he needs to wear a safety PP kit, but he's not wearing it.
Correct.
So without any human noticing it, the camera feed and with ABM integrated, it can automatically have an alert issue.
And it can ping the factory owner and say, hey, by the way, you probably need to talk to this. Or if you actually give the message to, or rather, the mobile phone number or something like that of the worker, it can straight away send a ping saying, hey, you should be wearing it. Why aren't you? Right? So it's as simple as that. There are lots of use cases. Right? So we started with we have got multiple fuel stations and retail stores, warehouses, hospitals using this, both in India and outside of India, right? So this was ABM essentially, and we also did video agents where it's able to understand deepfake detections and things like that as well. It's a whole new exciting piece.
Yes.
Now that agent was a lot more powerful, and hence we built a platform around it, and that's what we are going to make it even more, make it public, and then get people to start using it. So that's your agent developer platform, essentially.
Okay.
Right? So the agent developer platform that we are planning to release to everyone actually solves everything that the agent developer needs to needs as his arsenal. In his arsenal, he needs all of these things. So one of the important aspects, and for an agent developer today, if he goes into this thing, and you were also saying that in LinkedIn you see everybody talking about agents and all that. There are hundreds of tools, right? And right from getting your input through some WebRTC protocol or something like that, to actually getting which LLM to choose, which task to take, which framework to use, which one to use for monitoring, which one to use for metering, accounting, authentication. There are like hundreds, right? It's impossible for a single engineer to actually know everything and then do the best job, right? So what we did was collected all of these kind of things, and then we made into a smooth way of building out agents, right? So we've solved the agent creation part. Now, once you have created an agent, you obviously want to publish it.
Yeah.
And so we have found a few publishers who are ready to take these agents created through Phronetic platform to their site.
Oh.
So essentially, your developers, as a developer, you are getting live audience that you can publish to, right? That is amazing, because so far that was the most difficult thing. I can build out the best agent, but I will have to create a website, I will have to do an SEO, this, and then promote it and hope for it to become viral. Right?
So this platform we use basically serves as a marketplace for developers and AI agents, like connecting both of them.
Exactly. So that is your second problem, which is your distribution.
Yeah.
Right?
And it solves
that. The third one is, how do you monetize? Right? At the end of the day, exactly. Right? So at the end of the day, you need to make money out of it.
Yeah.
So we also have taken care of the monetization side. Right? There are multiple revenue streams, and there is also a clear-cut payment rails that we have built out in such a way that for a developer, even the monetization is taken care of. Right? Now let's take one more step. Right? So we have solved your creation, we have solved your distribution. We have solved your monetization. Right? Now the fourth one is optimizing. You have solved your monetization, but you have to make more money, right? Which means that you need to improve your core LLMs or whatever. Continuously, you need to improve, right? And for that as well, we have created tools.
Okay.
Right.
So it sounds really good.
Yeah. It's like the entire setup, built out for the agent developer to actually create amazing agents, right? And so. Not just any kind of agent, they can actually create multimodal agents, which means they can create audio, video, these kind of agents as well. Right? And that, I think, is the most exciting part, because that's the next level.
Yeah, because it's not limited to any one input format, but everything covered.
And it has got all the tools, which means that you can redefine the way your computer system actually interacts with end users.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the big thing, but that's going to happen the next few days. It's a steady launch that we are doing over there.
maybe the time I publish this podcast,
maybe by then itself, things are moving fast as well. But
So as we are talking about AI agents, Phronetic products, one thing which I again want to focus is like there is so much hype regarding AI or ML. Like again, if you check Reddit, LinkedIn, Twitter, everyone is posting about AI.
True.
So I just want to know what's the difference between hype and reality in the ecosystem of AI, and what's the one thing which people get wrong about how AI actually works in a business context, like not about individuals posting about it on social platforms, but as a business, are people adapting to it, or it's just the hype?
No, so you're right. There is a lot of hype, and the hype is also fueled by the fact that it's going to take away somebody's job. And,
I think that's the major sense of fear, because fear, I think, always sells.
Exactly.
Like, so I have noticed in my college, students before even trying to learn a new skill, they feel scared that there's no benefit because AI is going to take this job anyways.
No, I don't think so. So that is the first myth or hype that is completely wrong. The reality is that even for that agent, right, you need an agent engineer.
Yeah.
Right. How for a website you have web developer. Yeah. For an app, for mobiles you had app developers. For social media you had content creators. Yeah. Right. So like that, there is agent engineers which is kind of a job profile, right? So that is emerging very clearly, which means that it is creating new jobs, right? New job types. Again, the hype over there is that, okay, agent can solve everything, AI can solve everything. No, right? It still needs the tools. Yeah. The software tools are still absolutely essential. Your database tools, your analytics tools, and all of those things are absolutely essential. Yeah. They are not going to go away, right? Yeah, what is happening is the time required for you to build these systems, because software coding, or rather AI, because of AI, coding has become easier, right? Again, complex code, you still need good engineers, right? But as of today, at least, the reality is coding is very good. AI coding is very good. And a lot of our folks as well use AI coding. And we've been able to churn out a lot of products and all of that because of AI coding. Yeah. Right? So that is the reality, right? It's going to help people code faster.
So basically what you mean is it's not going to take your job, but it will make your job easier. Right? And reduce the time to perform a particular.
You will be more efficient in some sense, right? Like instead of you doing researching yourself, talking to some senior folks to understand some concepts and things like that, you will be able to get it quickly over here in terms of software development, at least. I think it's the same across the board, right? Be it digital marketing or any other field. These are going to help people improve.
Yeah. Like for a real-time example, instead of thinking what should be my description for this podcast when I'm going to release it, I can take help of your agent.
Exactly.
So now we have talked about the products and use case in brief.
Yeah.
So now I can see, like, not only from China or USA, but a lot of AI startups are rising out of India, from Gurgaon, Bangalore, wherever. Yeah. So how do you, like as a CEO of AI startup, see the AI landscape shaping up here in India? Yeah. Like, are businesses ready to adopt products like ClipGen, maybe marketing agency niche, or developer platform, or ABM?
Yeah.
Do you see Indian businesses are okay to use them?
Absolutely. Yes. So a lot of good parts in that question. So let me take one by one. Yeah. Right. So first of all, is the Indian ecosystem better? Yes, it has become much better. First and foremost, your GPU was scarcity one and a half years ago, right? And now
after COVID.
Not really. I think there was suddenly everybody wanted a GPU. The demand was really high, and then there was some issue with creating these systems at the scale that they would want it. So that has somewhat reduced, right? Today GPUs are available. At least for us, we are able to get GPUs in the adequate setup that we want. Government is encouraging. I think recently there were a few projects which were granted by the government as well. So that is helping. And so what is happening is the ecosystem is actually kind of understanding that, okay, AI is here to stay and there is benefit in this. And that has translated into businesses adopting it, right? At least in our case, we have seen, in fact, we have more people asking for more features and work, than us pushing it. Right, so there is always like, okay, can this do this as well? Okay, so as soon as we release, they are ready to take it.
So like the decision makers in Indian firms are also curious about how
not just curious, they are taking decisions. They are saying, okay, let's start. And it's not just pilots, right? These are like absolute deployments. They are going live with it. And so I think that is a market shift that we have seen, and that's very good for the ecosystem. Yeah.
So, like as you just mentioned that government is also has initiated to support the businesses. So, like, is the current infrastructure and government policies? Like I recently read, the IT minister has also said something about AI. So, is the current ecosystem in India helpful for building AI first startups or AI first products, or you feel there are still some gaps which the government or the IT minister or any higher?
Right. No, I think I get. So as I said, I think there is good momentum now. People are moving it, and government is also helping out. A lot of Indian businesses themselves are putting money into this and then growing it. There are definitely going to be gaps, right? We are still not at the level where, let's say, a US or a China is as of today, especially when it comes to deep research, right? So our foundation models are not like number one in the world and things like that, right? So there is definitely scope over there. There is definitely some gap. It might be because of the skill or because of the resource and things like that, but I think I'm seeing that gap getting closed as well, right? So there is positive momentum over there. So it should become better.
So as India is famous as the service sector in the world, so what do you feel like? What are the biggest challenges or opportunities you see in scaling an AI product made in India but for global market, like so that we can also create good product-based companies out of India and not just be like providing services for US-based companies?
Agreed. I think, I mean, again, absolutely very pertinent question, right? And so the biggest challenge, I would say, is identifying use cases. Right. If you are in India, you will be able to discover use cases yourself, right? You have to have presence in US in order to understand use cases of that market. Right. So that is one of the biggest challenge, because you are smart enough to understand some things over here, but you have to be there in order to understand the ecosystem over there and where AI can fit in very well. How do business operations work over there and things like that. And that learning, that understanding is still a challenge.
Like right? Basically adapting to different market
geographies. So that's still a challenge, I would say. Where is the opportunity in all of this is that obviously, because AI coding is faster and creation of agents are very, very fast, you should be able to have very quick conversations with some of them and then start creating prototypes and start creating agents for that, and then see if they actually are working in a larger way. Again, the very good part is now what we call as full stack AI companies are coming up, right? Which is basically they are going to disrupt the way existing businesses are, which is they are companies purely with agents. Right? They don't have so far in the last year and previous. You had companies taking in agents and then helping employees or helping their workflows becoming better. These full stack AI companies are going to have purely agents, right? And then going to solve a problem for the end customers, right? So in these kind of new kind of agents or new kind of companies, there can be a lot of disruption. And these are not like service contract that way, right? You're not helping an existing large firm improve productivity or any of those things. You are saying, okay, you are giving this to your end customer, I can do better, right, at a much cheaper cost, right? So that kind of opportunity is possible now.
So hopefully we see some Indian companies creating products for the West or the China, but let's see. Right now, till now, we have talked about what Phronetic is, the products, and the ecosystem in our country. Coming to vision or the roadmap, because you must have something in your mind,
right?
So, like, what's the long-term vision for Phronetic AI? Like, any exciting features, or you have some goals in your mind, like some benchmarks, or any exciting launches, like new product or launch to some existing product in the near roadmap?
Yeah. Okay. So from a vision point of view, I think we would want to have, I would say, 1 million entrepreneurs, and they're all agent engineers, right? So as I was saying, the full stack AI companies, right? So you would have companies which has got largely agents at the back end. And then these entrepreneurs who are good agent engineers who are able to understand how to make agents work in the right way, disrupt things, and then make a business out of it. Right? So, as a vision, we would want to have such entrepreneurs, right? Probably 1 million of them, right? Out of India, right? So, or even outside, right? But our platform should be able to enable that, right? So that is one of the main things. From a near-term roadmap and those kind of things is so as of now we are seeing a lot of these protocols, a lot of the technical aspects of it becoming stable and becoming universal, right? How agents and agents have to communicate with each other, how humans will be communicating with agents, how agents can communicate back with humans with respect to even, let's say, payment for certain services or making payments for to buy something, to merchants. Agents have to pay for that, right? For all of these things, protocols are becoming very, very standardized, right? And in that, we see ourselves actually putting together, implementing all of those things, and then putting those things in the market, at least as a pioneer in that, right? So in the near term, you can see a lot of such things happening, right? Also in the near term, you would start seeing these manager agents, which are going to help improve not just your digital work related efficiencies, but also for businesses which have got physical presence, right? Which is what the ABM kind of things that I was talking about. There we can see there will be a lot more agents and a lot more industries adopting our manager, because there is clear efficiency improvement, and I don't think people would want to lose out on that as such.
So, like, you have clearly explained about the long-term goals and what you, let's say, see in the technical aspect of things. But as in India, we say that dhanda thing. So let's say we had 12 to 18 months in the future. So what does success look for Phronetic by then? Like, not just in the technical terms, but like the overall business side of things.
I mean, without business there is nothing, right? You're not doing any company in that sense, right? So
at the end of the day, you need to survive when the competition.
Exactly. And so, like what I was telling even before with the agent developer platform, right? We have tried to solve monetization for a lot of developers, right? Which means that with them making money, we will also make. Right.
So because money will also be the motivation for them to do more hard work in the platform.
And we are enabling that in that sense, and we would want to enable it more and more, right?
So basically, you will be having a commission structure.
Yeah, it's almost think about it as a convenience fee or a platform fee, which you should be able to, you as a developer would be happy to give that way, right? And so that is one route, and which means that we would want to have more and more of such developers and entrepreneurs onto our platform, right? Who are actually disrupting businesses, creating new businesses, and then making a killing out there, right? So that is one thing that we are, at least as a success metric for us, will be to have a few 100,000 entrepreneurs coming in the next few months itself, right? The other one obviously is our video agents. People should be able to adopt. Today we are probably in about 20 to 25 different entities in various other industries. We are already seeing quite a good demand. It's kind of a hockey stick kind of a demand over there as well.
I think people are also realizing the power of analytics nowadays. So I think the demand will grow.
Exactly. So there we are expecting a lot more of brick and mortar businesses and physical space businesses, right? Adopting us, and soon since we already have a few things outside of India as well, we would want to expand it a little bit further as well. So from a success metric perspective over there, I would like to see a 10x growth in terms of the number of businesses who have adopted us.
I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So, like, I've got an idea. I think the viewers also know the vision and the long-term goals you have in your mind. But till now, like, what kind of partnerships or integrations have you done to expand Phronetic products, or the impact of Phronetic's AI technologies to the users, or any long-term or future collaboration you are planning to do?
Yeah, so I think I would probably look at it from a marketplace point of view, right? Which is to say that you have supply and you have demand aspect. So we have had very good partnerships with Rediff. Rediff.com is one of the oldest sites brought out of India.
This is one of the websites which is mentioned in school textbooks.
I know, exactly, and pioneers
before the IT boom in India. They were quite big,
quite big. So we are working with them, and some of the AI agents that we are building are directly getting shipped to the Rediff users, right? So that is a big thing. And on the supply side, we've been fortunate to have good MOUs with leading institutes like Indian Institute of Science and Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and a few other universities as well. So we are getting good folks to work with us in order to improve the platform and also build out nice agents and all of that, like build out good models as well. And on this side, not just Rediff kind of publishers, but also we have got a lot of large hospitals and large retail and oil and gas sectors, large industries essentially, right? Which are behemoths in their own way. Them partnering with us in order to bring in AI into their business. So I think such partnerships are the only way that we grow, right? And we are going to do a lot more of that. At least we have a clear vision around taking the ecosystem along with us.
So like in future, you'd also be keen to do partnership with other universities or engineering colleges.
Absolutely. And I think in the next few months itself, we will be releasing some of these partnerships. It's in the final stages anyway, so we will be releasing that.
We will probably cover them in our next episode.
Yeah, absolutely, you should.
So yeah, I think we have talked about company, what does company mean, why we are here, and what are your long-term goals. Now to close this out in a fun way, let's do a quick rapid fire, like just a 1 or 2 word answer. Just say whatever comes to your mind, no overthinking or no pressure at all.
Okay.
So one app or tool you can't live without.
Ooh, ChatGPT, I think now.
I think that's true for almost all of us.
Yeah, it's becoming quite.
Thanks for being honest. So the next one is any recent AI use case that basically blew your mind. I'm sure you must be having a lot of them, but to name a one.
I think agent-to-agent communication and where agents talk to each other is a brilliant use case. And they like agents talking to other agents to actually get work done and autonomously deciding between them. Brilliant use case. And that's going to open up a lot of things. So that kind of blew my mind.
Sounds interesting and a bit confusing, but we will come to that in detail in the next.
In the next one, yes. That is for yes. We should leave it for the next. There's a lot of stuff happening there. I would be happy to talk about it. For sure.
I just got a topic for the next one, but anyways, the last rapid fire question I have, like as a CEO of a startup, so what's your ideology? Build fast or build perfect?
Build fast. Perfection will come along. If you build, you can actually ship it out. In fact, I would probably say it ship fast, right? Okay, not just build.
Deploy or publish it, and let the users try it out.
Let them try it out. Let them say, no, this is wrong, this is bad. That's okay. But if you are not doing it and you're not putting it in front of anybody, right? And this has to be like a select set of people, obviously, who are going to give you feedback, not just use it and then leave, right? So I think, that ideology is golden, right? We need that. Absolutely.
So I'm done with the rapid fire questions. To close it out, last, if like someone is hearing about Phronetic for the first time through podcast on my channel here, what's the one thing you would want them to remember, like for maybe a long time? What's the impact you want to put in users' mind?
I think the impact is AI agents are going to be a norm.
So like you're going big on them in the future.
Yes, and agentic AI is going to change all of our lives, right? The way we work, the way we interact, the way we interact with computers, it's going to change in a completely different way, right? And so Phronetic agents are going to be the ones which probably people will have to trust. And because we are doing all the heavy lifting to make sure that agents are going to be trustworthy and also agents are going to be powerful. And so, I would probably leave it at that, saying, Phronetic agents are ones which have got phronesis in there, which has got practical wisdom and can take good decisions. So,
So, thank you for explaining the name again. So, I think through this podcast, we have had a general idea of Phronetic products AI ecosystem. And I think the future is going to be even more exciting for the AI ecosystem and especially the products of Phronetic. And as you said, people should try them out. So I will mention the link in the description box and you can also try it out. Any feedback, you can directly reach out to him on LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
I hope you will reply to them.
Absolutely. Everyone will.
And to anyone who is watching it, I think if you're interested in this field, you can subscribe to the channel as we will be doing this on a regular basis, like the products and any new technology.
Absolutely.
So any last message to viewers if you have?
I would say go out there, build out your own agents, right? And try it out. It's a new technology. and this is the best time to do that. So all the very best.
Yeah. So that's it from my side as well. Thank you for joining once again.
Thanks a lot. It was very pleasurable, very, very nice talking.
Yep.
Looking
So
forward.
signing up for this time. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.